Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nectar of Instruction, verse 7. Please repeat. Syat Krishna Nama Charita Disitaptya Vidya Pito Patapta Rasanasya Narochikanu Kintvadara Danudinam Khalu Saiva Jushta Svadvikramad bhavati tad gadamula hantri. Syat is Krishna, of Lord Krishna. Namam, the holy name. Charita adi, character, pastimes and so forth. Sita, sugar candy. Api, although. Avidya, of ignorance. Pitta, by the bile. Upatapta, afflicted. Rasanasya, of the tongue. Na, not. Rochika, palatable. Nu, oh how wonderful it is. Kintu, but. Adarat, carefully. Anudinam, every day, or 24 hours daily. Khalau, khalu, naturally. Sa, that, sugar candy of the holy name. Eva, certainly. Jushta, taken or chanted. Svadvi, relishable. Kramat, gradually. Bhavati, becomes. Tadgada, of the disease. Mula, of the root. Hantri, the destroyer. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupāda, founder Acharya Vishnu. The holy name, character, pastimes and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya, ignorance, cannot taste anything sweet, it is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. So this is the shloka now, the glorifying the holy name of Krishna. And the instructions on the chanting of Krishna's Nama, Charitadi. Nama Charita, Charitadi. So what was the translation? Charita, character, pastimes and so forth. So chanting of holy name, glorifying His form, transcendental form, glorifying His pastimes, glorifying His devotees, glorifying His abode, and glorifying His relationship with His devotees. These are all the subjects of chantings of the devotees. So here Srila Prabhupada says, the holy name of Krishna, His quality, pastimes and so forth are all of the nature of absolute truth, beauty and bliss. Naturally, they are very sweet, like sugar candy, which appeals to everyone. So I'll just read from the direct divisions here. The link is that after hearing the glories of a pure devotee and how should one see the pure devotee, here the process of becoming pure devotee is emphasized. How sadhaka should conduct himself based on first shloka, second shloka, third shloka, fourth shloka, dealings among devotees, Krishna iti yasya girita manasadiyeta, then how he respects the pure devotees and the means of deliverance, the means on evoking love of Buddhists, chanting the holy name. So this is established here. Okay. So here Srila Prabhupada said, in the purport he is discussing jaundice of avidya versus sweetness of the holy name. The holy name of Krishna, His qualities, pastimes are absolute truth. Nature of absolute truth, beauty and bliss. Sachitanand. Example, naturally they are very sweet, like sugar candy. Nescience, however, is compared to disease called jaundice. A person with jaundice considers something sweet to taste very bitter. And this is the fact. This is amazing disease. This is a liver disorder, the jaundice. And the problem is that you're so sick you can't really digest anything, and even just smelling something sweet, even just seeing the sweets, one would feel irritation to vomit. We had quite a few devotees having jaundice, so I kind of seen this. I didn't have myself, but I've seen devotees that when we brought sweets and he had a jaundice, he was like irritated. So a healthy person would not react like this. And he said it tastes bitter to him. Now, but the only cure for that was to take a little bit of sugar candy daily. Daily you take a little bit of sugar candy, and after some time, 1 week or something, it becomes sweeter. And it's actually not bitter, it's sweet. So slowly, the natural, the original taste of sugar candy could be tasted. So here this ignorance, avidya. The ignorance similarly perverts the ability to relish the transcendently palatable name, quality, form and pastimes of Krishna. Now this is really the reality. The truth, the reality is that Krishna's name is sweet, it's relishable, it's tasty. Talking about Krishna is nice, hearing about Krishna is nice, remembering Krishna is nice, worshipping His form is nice, remembering His form is nice, remembering His pastimes. This is so much pleasure soul derives from that. What is the problem with us? That our soul, our spiritual senses by which these souls are relished, are covered by the ignorance, by the subtle body made of ahankar, mind, intelligence, false ahankar. Ahankar means ahankara, it means false ego, and which identifies with the body, and false understanding. Intelligence is bewildered, that false understanding that I am the enjoyer of material world, I shall enjoy my senses. By enjoying material senses, I will be happy. This is the ignorance. This is the problem. Once our senses, spiritual senses, are covered with this subtle and gross material bodies, we cannot taste the spiritual thing. Just like imagine your tongue is covered by some piece of plastic. You wrap your tongue in plastic and I give you gulab jamun. How it is? No taste. No? And this is what we experience. No taste for chanting, no taste for hearing. For us is so much taste. Seeing the phone, cell phone is more interesting than the Krishna's Nama, Guna, Rupa, Leela. Why? Because of these coverings. Because of these coverings on our consciousness, our senses. And our sense of sight is covered. We can't see. We are seeing the bodies, we are not seeing the soul, we are not seeing super soul. We are covered. So this is the process. Now here we are getting this knowledge. Actually, they are very tasty. Actually, Krishna's name is nectar. It's compared to sugar candy. Naturally sugar candy is sweet, unless you are diseased. So first diagnosis is, doctor, help us, we are diseased. We are diseased. Problem is with people who think, I'm okay, I'm not sick, but we are sick. Unless we relish Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's pastimes, unless we are engaged in Krishna's service, we are in diseased condition. Srila Prabhupada said like that, unless one follows the 4 regulative principles and chants minimum 16 rounds a day, he is in diseased condition. So even if you follow 4 principles, but if you don't chant 16 rounds a day, Prabhupada said, you are in disease condition. You think I'm okay, but actually I'm in mine. Even 16 rounds we cannot finish. So this is disease condition. And the reality is that actually we are souls, we belong to God, we are servants of God, we are meant to serve Him, we are meant to exchange loving feelings, dealings with the Lord. And now we are not relishing it, we are more interested in our children, in our money, in our property, in our fame, in our body, in our material plans of enjoying sense gratification. This is more relishable to us, you know. You see, you know, material world is like this. People are interested in themselves. They are interested in their own sense gratification. And they are interested in people who offer them sense gratification. This is amazing. Then in Kali Yuga, people who are part of entertainment, they become so famous. People who do not know what is the goal of life, people who do not know what is to do with their own life, they are leading the thousands of youths and people in general. One of the most famous people in India are cricket players and the film stars. What do they know about the goal of life? Nothing. But because they are satisfying the senses of the general public, people like them. Oh, very nice. We see your movie, very nice. We see your sports, very nice. We are happy to see you playing. We are happy to see you dancing. We are happy to see you. So because they are doing sense gratification for others, they become esteemed and prestige. Correct? So, but what do they know about goal of life? Nothing. Entertainment people become very important in the society. Why? Because the whole consciousness is based on this, I'm this body and life is meant for sense enjoyment. But actually we should take guide and lead from the sadhus, from the brahmanas. They should tell us what to do in life. Suran jivasya tattva jigyasa. The life is meant to understand absolute truth. What is the tattva? Tattva is Krishna. Brahmanyo, Devaki putraha, the supreme Brahman, absolute truth, the son of Devaki, Krishna. So that is the goal of life. So now we are bewildered. We are all running after sense pleasures based on this misinformation, based on avidya, thinking that I'll be happy satisfying the senses. But here we are getting this valuable information that Krishna's name, Krishna's pastime, service to Krishna, satisfying senses of Krishna, this is the ayatma suprasiddhati. That will give pleasure to the soul, not this material thing. Material things, adyantavanta kaunteyo, nate shuramate buddhaha. Krishna says to Arjuna that an intelligent person will not indulge in sense gratification, because sense gratification has beginning and end. And therefore that type of happiness has beginning and end. Nirdvando anitya sattvasto niryoga kshema atmavan. That you transcend this material and sense gratification, material fruitive activities, and you situate yourself in transcendence, be absorbed in Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes, and their nature is sweet. Their nature is sweet. That is real nectar. That is the happiness we want. The pleasure we want is Sachitanand. It's not this temporary pleasure. Temporary pleasure will never satisfy the soul because it has beginning and end. Soul has no beginning, no end. God has no beginning, no end. Bhakti has no beginning and no end. Love of God has no beginning, no end. This is all eternal, spiritual. So we get this valuable information that actually, that Krishna's name, but this is what we are looking for. Raso vaisaha. Krishna is source of all pleasure. Rasam hyevayam labdhvanandi bhavati. Upanishads inform us this, that actually Krishna's name and form, Krishna we have to serve. Once we relish this, understand this, that Krishna is source of our pleasure, then we engage in His service. Then gradually, as we get cured, how much we get free from ignorance, this much we get progress in spiritual life. Just like this. Prabhupada gives the example of glass. How much is filled with water, this much air is less inside. How much we fill our mind with Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes, less we'll be talking about Maya, and more nectar will relish. More pleasure will come. So here, natural attraction for that. Avidya, ignorance, perverts the ability to relish the transcendental, palatable name, quality, form, pastimes of Krishna. Despite this disease, one with great care and attention takes to Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy name and hearing Krishna's transcendental pastimes, his ignorance will be destroyed and his tongue enabled to taste the sweetness of transcendental nature of Krishna and his paraphernalia. Such recovery of spiritual health is possible only by regular cultivation of Krishna consciousness. So here the solution is given, how to progress, how to get cured from ignorance by chanting the holy name. This is Yuga Dharma. This is the process. So we have many shlokas quoted that holy name is the process for Kali Yuga to achieve the goal of life, to develop love of God, like that. Okay, then Prabhupada explains our diseased condition. When a man in material world takes more interest in materialistic way of life than in Krishna consciousness, he is considered to be in diseased condition. Simple definition, very clear, very clear. The normal condition is to remain an eternal servant of the Lord. Jivara Srupahoy, Krishnera Nityadas. This healthy condition is lost when the living entity forgets Krishna due to being attracted by external features of Krishna's Maya energy. So this is lost. Originally every living entity is Krishna conscious. But because we get attracted with Maya, we lost Krishna consciousness. Nature of devotee, nature of every soul is to be devotee of God. Everyone. When you see a dog, what do you think? You think, look at this servant of Krishna in such a ignorance that he had to take birth as a dog. It's a soul. It's eternal servant of God. Now he's thinking, I'm enjoying. Wow. What did he do? When you see mosquito, think, my goodness, how did you, oh spirit soul, oh eternal servant of God, how did you get stuck in that inauspicious body? Searching for happiness. He got stuck in mosquito's body, cockroach body, pig body, worm body, crow body. My goodness. And these are all souls. These are all associates of the Lord, means servants of the Lord. Every jiva is servant of the Lord. Meant to be with Lord, meant to be happy with the Lord. Just see reality, what is happening, So when this consciousness is lost, Krishna consciousness, then jiva goes through 84 legs of species. Srila Prabhupada writes in 9th canto of Bhagavatam, 5th canto also, 2 places he says, when we come from spiritual world to material world, we desire to enjoy. First we become Brahma. First when you fell from spiritual, you become Brahma. Then from Brahma to the lowest species, yes, to Indragopam, to the Indragopa, the small microbe. We are trying to enjoy the senses. 84 lakhs of species. We try in all species. Ravana was such a fellow who would change body at his will, and he assumed 84 lakhs of species to try to enjoy sense pleasures in all the species of life. He's an amazing personality, So he did it like that, but we are laughing, we also did it, because we all went through 84 legs of species of life, one by one. He tried to do it in one lifetime, that was his ambition. So amazing, we were all in different species of life and we are trying to enjoy the senses. Now once we get the transcendental knowledge, we start thinking, oh yes, maybe I should change my attitude, maybe I should go for spiritual. But the dilemma is now here. The fight starts. Our mind, uncontrolled mind, impure mind, and weak intelligence and ego are pushing us. Come on, go for sense gratification. And the intelligence, Shastra means intelligence. Shastra, we are reading Prabhupada's books, we are hearing from devotees. They are saying, don't go for it, don't go for it, don't go for it. So now we are pulled by senses and by impure mind and impure intelligence, by ego. We are pulled into sense gratification. But no, I should not do it, I shall do it, I shall not do it, I shall not. Therefore we are looking confused most of the time. This is difficult, or this is nice. When we are devotees, this looks so simple and nice. Oh, very nice. When you come to temple, you feel so nice. When you come home, put TV on and forget Krishna, forget Guru, forget temple, forget everything. Correct? It's difficult to control mind and sense. So this is our situation now. We are not diseased in that sense that we are made of disease. We got the information. We got the information what is right, what is wrong. But we have no attraction. Durdaivam idrishamiha chaninanuraga. No attachment for holy name, no attachment to serve Krishna, no attachment to seek his form. This Durdaivam, we are misfortunate. But at least we got the knowledge. At least we got the information. So now this debate is there. Which one to do? Shall I go for college? Shall I join full time? Shall I earn the money? Shall I serve Krishna? Shall I keep money for the future generation? Shall I donate for temple construction? Shall I go serve here? Or shall I go, in job, earn more money? Shall I send my daughter for dancing? Or shall I bring her to temple to dance here? All these things, all the time, debate. Correct. What is it? Maya versus Krishna. Transcendental knowledge versus ignorance. But because of our condition, how much we are conditioned, this much we do. This is our situation now. So by hearing, by chanting, by serving, slowly we'll get purified. When we are with devotees, very easy. Correct? As soon as we are away from devotees, we feel very weak. Just like spark of fire, Prabhupada said, when he's into fire, no problem. Like a fire. As soon as he's separated from the fire, the tendency is to be extinguished, to be vanished, to lose its original power. So here, the healthy condition is lost when the living entity forgets Krishna due to being attracted by external features of Krishna's Maya energy. That's why we say openly, Prabhu, Maya. Prabhu, Maya. You know? We asked one devotee in one of the temples in America, they are looking for some devotees, they're asking for help to send them some devotees from India. So we asked one Grihastha devotee there, why don't you go to America? He said, okay, I'll speak to my wife. And what was reply? I said, so what did your wife say? Oh, wife say, America is Mahamaya, we'll not go there. But you're going to temple, there are Radha Krishna deities, is Yoga Maya is there. You are not going Mahamaya. He said, yes, this small island is Yoga Maya, but everything else is Mahamaya, I'm not going. So she flatly refused. No? So Maya, no? This is Maya. Okay, so Maya. This world of Maya is called Durashraya. Ashraya means shelter, Dur Ashraya, wrong shelter, bad shelter, which means false or bad shelter. One who puts his faith in Durashraya becomes a candidate for hoping against hope. Because all our enjoyment is in the mind only. All our enjoyment just plans. I'll be happy if I get this, I'll be happy if I get it. If I get money, I'll be happy. If you get money, you'll be happy. So all the rich people in the world are happy. Then why they commit suicide? Why they take pills for sleeping? Why they have divorce? Why they have abortions? Why they are taking drugs? If they are so happy. Money makes happy. Well, how comes money makes you happy? Then why they are not happy? We entered one rich man's house. Very rich. For us, here is very rich man. So, servant man say, wait for 5 minutes. So we are waiting, front of door, 10 minutes gone. So two of us, we just step in the house. And then they didn't notice us, they're quarreling like anything. The elder lady of the house, she's scolding her daughter-in-law. Scolding like anything, really shouting at her. And she's not seeing us, we are at the door. Shouting like anything, you know. And this daughter-in-law is indicating on us, Mommy. Then she turned. Vanakkam. Illusion, everything is nice. And then she turned to her. Okay, you go now. Like so politely, okay, you go now. We have 5 minutes, we are witnessing the fury of the dragon, you know. Such a shouting, but you see, and they are rich people. And we are, poor man is dreaming, if I become rich, I'll be happy. Yeah, then somebody will shout on you like this, you know. So many problems. Look at look at the rich people. You think they are happy. It's illusion. But this is what we think. We think like this. If I get money, I'll be happy. So, man has a beautiful wife, and still he cheats her with another woman. In West, so common. Beautiful lady, but still he went to another one. Why? I'll be happy if I get beautiful wife. But beautiful wife, yes. But why are you looking another wife still? Because it's material, he won't satisfy. Anything material has beginning and end. You like gulab jamun, you take gulab jamun. You like very much, well, take 10, right. Okay, take every day 10 gulab jamun. Why don't you take 100? You'll get sick. You see, it's like this. And if you take daily gulab jamun, if you take, after 1 month, You will say, is there any other sweet in this world? Huh? This is material, get used to it. Just take it for granted. I want this bike, I want this bike, I want this bike. Okay, here is the bike. Then 1 month. Then I ask him, can you jump to the store, take bike? I'll go walking. Why you have bike? I'll go walking. After 1 month, you're so much mad. Even to bathroom he wanted to go with bike. But now he doesn't want. One day is needed, he doesn't want to even sit on bike. Or now he's thinking, actually, what about car? Huh? It's like this. Cars we are changing, shoes we are changing, shirts we are changing, houses we are changing, wives we are changing. No satisfaction. Everything material. Why they are jumping from one another then? Why? 7 times married. My goodness, famous film star. 8 times, sorry. 8 times. Correct? 8 times she got married. Very famous film star. I must be very happy. But just see illusion, no? Just see illusion. No? Sex will make me happy. So, prostitutes are the happiest women in the world because they have all the sex of the world, correct? The most miserable, most suffering creatures in this world are these prostitutes. Exploited and dumped, Just such a gross illusion that will make us happy. So all this material, you see how we are completely bewildered, cheated, and by education we are cheated, by parents we are cheated, by society we are cheated. Everything is guiding us towards sense gratification. And this lie. First time I read Prabhupada's book, he said all this material world is misery, and all attempt for sense gratification leads one to the misery. And I thought, first time in life, wow, finally somebody given true definition of this material world. Suffering is illusory happiness. That's why it's called Maya, illusory happiness. You think you'll get it, you don't get it. And when you get it, you're not happy. Very interesting interview with George Harrison and John Lennon. After they become famous, very famous, they're so young, they become millionaires and famous all over the world. Not only you're a millionaire, nobody knows you, some industrialist or some businessman, but they were public people, they were public figures. They were famous. Everybody knew them. They were so young, 20s. In their 20s, they become millionaires and famous all over the world. And then they started inquiring into spiritual life. And very interesting interview with George Harrison and John Lennon. They said, look, we have a message for the youth of the world that you are dreaming to become famous and rich. It happened to us by God's grace as in our early age. As a young we are. And now we know that doesn't satisfy you. So there must be something else that we should look in life. Because it's not money, it's not in the fame, because we have it both and we are not happy. Just very honest, very good, because others will bluff you. Others will pretend, others will bluff you. How are you? Very nice. Fellow had 3 court cases, he has no job, his wife wants to leave him, children are not studying in the school, he's completely full of problems. How are you? Nice. And you say, I'm good, things are going. Just, they don't want to admit they are suffering. Because that also gives them pain. If others know how much I'm suffering, that also hurts me, I cannot enjoy. So I will pretend. My father was speaking to his relatives, that he's studying in India. When I left, I was 21 when I left house, I went to India. So the relatives were asked, where is your son? Oh, he's studying. Where? In India. He went to study in India, increasing his prestige, not in our country, foreign country he went. In India he went to study, okay. Then we went on for years, Then one day another relative asked, so where is your son? He said, I told you studying in India. Come on, he's 47. How long he's studying? Father was exposed. Well, I don't know what he answered, but there was no answer. Bluff. He was bluffing them and he was exposed. So it's like this. People are bluffing. They're bluffing us. And then they make these cinemas. They make the movies that more illusion, that our dreams, we would like to see like this. No. Why people like the movies? Because they're giving hope of enjoyment. Look at this. Simple Tamil fellow from the village. comes to the city and he saw some girl. And she is from rich, famous, influential family and he doesn't know even English. Okay, I've seen the movie in Kepian bus by force. I don't know Tamil, so you must excuse me if I miss the point. Alright, so he falls in love with a girl who is far superior than he, in different caste and different diseases. So he does some heroic deed, something, and he marries her. And suddenly, the dream of a simple fellow, she looks at him and he looks at her and they agree, we'll get married. And then suddenly, there is heavenly planets. There is Uti scenery, there is a hill, slope of the hill full of grass and flowers, and there is heroine and hero dancing, and there are 20 apsaras left and right dancing from there, and there's a music, and they are dancing. And the heart of the simple fellow in the bus sitting next to me, not seeing on the road, we may lose head any moment on this crazy highway, he's like this. And then when they embrace, they all... They are dreaming this, and in the movie show you, this is your dream, you dream, this is Maya. Maya say, you dream, you don't wake up, you stay in material world, forget Krishna, you just dream that you are enjoying, dream. We are under spell of the witch Maya. Jiv jago, Gaura Chandrivale. Koto nidra jama pisha chirakore. We are sleeping in the lap of Maya. Maya took us like a small baby with big fangs. I say, sleep. We are in the beaches, we are in the Maya's world, we are in jail, we are in illusion, and we are so nice. It's a movie, very nice movie. And then the heroines, they project in their life. That Hema Malini said that when she played Sita in the movie, people still touch her feet on the road. That's good. She played Sita, that's good. But point is, see how people making illusory ideas of happiness by seeing the movies. Just to mitigate that happiness and reality of life, they go to movie and they make illusion. They make dreams of illusory happiness. Okay, so there is one who puts his faith in Durashraya, wrong shelter. Candidate for hoping against hope. Moga Asha, Moga Karma, Moga Jnana Vicheta. So this everything, all our plans, all our ideas of enjoyment will be destroyed by the time in material world. In material world, everyone is trying to become happy, and although their material attempts are baffled in every way, due to their nescience, they cannot understand their mistakes. And this is amazing. People go on, punav, charvita charvananam. Again, they are trying to enjoy happiness which others tried, but they didn't get it. Chewing the chew. The sugar cane, again, an example of sugar cane, no? Sugar cane juice is squeezed out, and then cow comes and tries to chew it again. But nothing is there, just powder, nothing is there. So many kings were there. So many ministers were there. So many business people were there. So many poets were there. Who was happy? Who achieved ultimate happiness? Only devotees. But again, people have same ambition. I'll become engineer, I'll become minister, I'll become film star, I'll become... Easy. Churvita charvanana. Again, we are trying to chew the truth. Thousands of people already were there, Rajas in the past. They did not become happy. Conclusion. This is the way of the struggle for existence. Mana shashta indriyani prakritisthani karshati in material world. If one is in this condition, he is advised to take to Krishna consciousness and be happy. He does not accept such instructions. So, Krishna conscious movement is remedy, Srila Prabhupada says. This Krishna consciousness movement is being spread all over the world just to remedy this gross ignorance. So this movement is giving us shelter. When we come in touch to devotees, what we get? We get this knowledge. We got the real information about real nature of material life. This world is temporary. Even some other religions, they propagate ignorance. They say, God created this world for our enjoyment. If God created this world for our enjoyment, then why He created mosquitoes? Why He created this heavy weather? I'm sweating like anything. Why He created everything temporary? Why diseases? Then they have so many philosophies. Well, God created, but He did not involve for maintenance. Or God could not create perfect world. He's not so perfect. Or so many contradictions then they speak. If God created a material world for our enjoyment, why so many imperfections are there? But Gita says, Dukhalayam, Ashashvatam. This world is for punishment, for suffering, temporary, miserable. This is not your place. Maya, this is not your world. Vaikuntha, spiritual world is there. See, Vedas give only proper information. God has given us world for enjoyment. What enjoyment? I have old age, disease, back pain, neck pain. I have disease, I have death, I have threat, fear, tension, pain, suffering. How you enjoy? How you enjoy with this body? Take one small finger. Okay, take the small finger. How much you can enjoy with small finger? How you enjoy with small finger? Putting warm water. Oh, very nice. Put some silk cloth around. Put golden ring on it. Oh, enjoyment, small finger. How you enjoy? How you enjoy with small finger? Huh? How you suffer with small finger? Huh? You can break it. You can scratch it. You can cut it. You can smash it under stone, you can put it in current, you can put in hot water, you can burn it on tawa. You see nature of material, you see nature of the body. How much pleasure can give you a small finger, but how much suffering? And you compare both, you better chant Hare Krishna. No, but see reality, see the reality. So look at the body. The old man, still he wants to enjoy. I've seen this in front of the girls' college. There was a few benches in park. Valavidyanagar, Gujarat. And 3 old men are sitting. 3 old men have 3 legs. One has no 2 legs, one has 1 leg, and one has both legs. So 3 men, 3 legs total. They are sitting on the bench. And when girls come out of the college, the old man on stick and the old buffalo is still looking after the girls. He's 88 years old, nothing he learned in life, Still he's looking after the girls. What? Dreaming. I will enjoy. Definitely, again you will become young because you're going to take birth again. That's for sure. You see what is illusion? Even old man wants to enjoy. He has no facility, no capability, no any opportunity. He is completely doomed with his body, but still that mind is, I'll enjoy. You see that desire for sense gratification. Okay, so here, this Krishna consciousness movement is being spread all over the world just to remedy this gross ignorance. People in general are misled by blind leaders. Correct? Andaya tandaya upaniyamana. The politicians, philosophers, scientists, all blind because they're not Krishna conscious. I love this. When the first time I read Life Comes from Life from Prabhupada, Prabhupada's called scientists. First I was thinking, why he's calling scientists? And at least they're doing something. But he exposed them. They're lying, they're cheating. They say life comes from chemicals. Lie. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? Life comes from chemicals. Prove it. Mix your chemicals, produce life. Come on, go, come on. Now it's 17th of February 2019. There is no scientific proof that life comes from chemicals. Lying. I felt cheated when I read book. I'm cheated in my own school, I'm cheated. Then I'm cheated about goal of life. I'm cheated about my happiness. I'm cheated. Why should I follow this? I say, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada, what a nice book. He exposed them as cheaters. Then I say, wow, politicians, philosophers, scientists, all rascals, all cheating us. They do not know. They're telling there is no God, there is no soul, life is one. Enjoy the senses, be number one. If you get a good degree, you'll be happy. If you get money, you'll be happy. If you get good wife, you'll be happy. You get position, you'll be happy. All lies. All lies. We have no chance from childhood. As soon as you come out of womb of a mother, they tell you, do like this, do like this, do. They cheat. They cheat. 3 years old girl is coming. Grandmother is bringing 3 years old girl. They say, tell to Prabhuji what you will be in life. And small girl, 3 years, just learn how to talk. Doctor. What do you know? What is doctor? Cannot discriminate between the elephant and the car, It's 3 years old. What do you know? What is doctor? But grandmother is pumping. You become doctor, you become doctor. Then I'm grandmother, I'm old lady, I can get free hospitalization later. Just crazy how we are misguided. He wants to become doctor, she wants to become doctor. What does she know as 3 years old girl? No choice in life. We are just... No option. You have to go to school. You have to go to college. Why you have to go to school? What did I learn in the school useful in life? Oh, a little bit reading, chanting. Reading I learned. All right. So many nonsense things we learn in the school. We are cheated. According to Bhagavad Gita, because they are bereft of all factual knowledge due to their atheistic way of life, they are actually sinful rascals and are lowest among men. Now, how can you call the PhDs, scientists, professors, ignorant? How can you call them? If you talk to a man, you can see he's smart, he's intelligent, and maybe more intelligent than you women. But because Maya Pakrita Jnana, Krishna says intelligence is there, Jnana is there, Maya Pakrita, but Maya stolen their intelligence. Maya misdirected their intelligence to prove that there is no God. They're intelligent, intelligence is there, but it's misdirected. So this is difficult for people to understand. How can you call PhDs, scientists, professors in the school ignorant people and atheists, sinful rascals, as Prabhupada says, lowest among men? Because they are using their intelligence to tell everyone there is no God, there is no soul, life is for enjoyment. You see, I'm brought up scientifically. I cannot accept blindly God is there unless you prove to me. Sounds logical, sounds intelligent, you know. We spoke with one elder man. What to do? After Nehru left, we were all sent for education. We believe in science. I'm seeing all through the science. And science says, unless you prove, I cannot accept. So I like my culture, like my tradition, but I don't believe in God, I don't believe in soul, because it's not scientific. You see what modern education does to us? Makes us atheists. It makes us an atheist. And this is it. And people think, oh, I'm devoted, but nevertheless I'll send my children in the best school. The best school means the most atheistic school. The simple school in village, still they'll allow you to speak about God. But the modern colleges, the better the college, the worse education. The more they talk against God. And that's a fact. We have all batch of new Indian young boys coming out of colleges with good degrees and completely ruin their faith in religion, in culture, in tradition, in anything Indian. And this is a sad story. Prabhupada used a strong word, slaughterhouse. It kills the man's propensity to realize God, modern education. Why? Because it's based on Western education, based on Oxford, Harvard, based on atheists and their knowledge, so-called knowledge. And this is a fact. Okay, so here, when such atheists become leaders of society, the entire atmosphere is surcharged with nescience. Nescience means ignorance. In such condition, people do not become very enthusiastic to receive this Krishna consciousness movement, just as diseased person suffering from jaundice does not relish the taste of sugar candy. And then we come to the countries like this. We come to China and they want to arrest us. Why you want to arrest us? You are teaching about God. We don't want our people to learn about God. We are not allowed to walk in dhotis in China. We do secretly house programs. Thousands of Chinese become devotees because natural tendency of soul is to love God. Everyone is devotee of God. They like it, but government is not allowing. Atheistic, communist government, not allowing us. Not allowing us to walk in dhotis. Muslim countries, they think our religion is right, all other religions are wrong. They are not allowing us in dhotis to walk. They are not allowing us to tell people about other gods as they think. They are not allowing. You see what a world, what a crazy world, you know. And other countries they allow you, but not really. Okay, because they say that everyone's opinion should be respected, they allow us to practice. But then they don't allow you to chant in the street, they don't allow you functions, they will not put our books in the schools, they will not accept the society, newspapers, radios, TVs, they will criticize us. They say, oh, they're spiritual people, but they are not working, they are not interested into progress of the society, they are not into economic development, they are not into sense gratification. These Hare Krishnas, they don't go to cinema, they don't eat in restaurant, they don't eat meat, they don't go for sense gratification. So they are not part of this society. So the people, they don't like us. They don't support us, they don't encourage. No? So when we present Krishna consciousness, they are not encouraging us. Oh, religious. We don't want anything religious. Can we do lecture in college? No, we don't want religion in the college. College is for knowledge. Oh, a knowledge about God, that is not knowledge. That is the only knowledge. Everything else is avidya. Now it's happening in India. Indians, they took policies of Western countries that don't mix religion and knowledge. Science and religion should not go together. But real science is science of soul. Atato Brahma Jigyasa, to find out what is the absolute truth, the source of everything. In the present confused state of humanity, Krishna consciousness, the chanting of the holy name of Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, is the only remedy for setting the world aright. You see this? Because it's easy, by chanting people get purified quickly. They immediately revoke their Krishna consciousness, they can hear from devotees, they can understand. It's not difficult to understand this philosophy. One begins his treatment by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because by chanting this holy name of Lord, a person in the material condition will be relieved from all misconceptions. Cheto Darpana Marjana. Cheto means Chetna, consciousness. Darpana means mirror. Mirror conscious. Marjana will be cleansed, and then we can see ourselves. Avidya, a misconception about one's spiritual identity, provides the foundation of ahankar, or false ego within the heart. So this is the avidya should be removed. Who am I? I am spirit soul, eternal servant of God. This is who am I. Ask anybody on the street. Ask the highest PhD, triple PhD. Ask him, who are you? And he will not be able to answer this simple question. I declare myself a humanitarian. What does it mean? It means you are this body. You do not know who you are. Only devotee can answer. Who are you? I'm a professor. That's your occupation. But who are you? I'm a human being. That's your body. But who are you? This body is human. Next life you are maybe dog. So who are you? Well, I think I'm a good person. They have no answer. They have no answer. They have no answer. The real disease is in the heart. Basically, we are suffering from heart disease. If the mind is cleansed, however, if consciousness is cleansed, a person cannot be harmed by material disease. So the secret is purify consciousness. When one is in pure consciousness, is like an oil which does not mix in the water. If you throw the oil in the water, it will never mix. It will float on the water. So although devotee can live in material world, it is not part of material world. It will not be affected with material activities if his consciousness is pure. Conclusion. To cleanse the mind and heart from all misconceptions, one should take to this chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is both easy and beneficial. By chanting the holy name of the Lord, one is immediately free from the blazing fire of material existence. So Prabhupada speaks again from the Rupa Goswami's nectar of devotion. Klesha Agni, Shubhadha. These are the first symptoms of chanting holy name. Klesha, all the difficulties, all the obstacles. Agni, it will burn like a dry grass is burned by the fire. By chanting Hare Krishna, all this misconception will be burned. Shubhada, and all auspiciousness will come in our life. There's 3 stages of chanting. Now Prabhupada explained, once you start chanting, there is offensive stage, when we still commit offenses due to imperfect sambandha jnana. The stage of lessening offenses, namabhas, and the pure stage of shuddhanam. So nama parad, namabhas, shuddhanam. 3 stages. There are 10 basic offenses, and if devotees avoids these, he can glimpse the next stage, which is situated between offensive chanting and pure chanting. When one attains the pure stage, he is immediately liberated. So now, what we have to do? We have to chant Hare Krishna, but there is condition. The condition is that we have to avoid 10 offenses. And if you see 10 offenses, you will understand there is question of sambandha jnana, of proper understanding of what is what. No? So 10 offenses. Satam ninda, namna pavaram, aparadam itanute, yatakyatim yadakatam usad vigaraha. First offense to satam ninda, offense to devotees. We should not offend devotees. We should not offend the saintly persons. We should serve them and progress like this. Satam ninda. Second offense, Shivasya Shri Vishnurya Guna Nama Risakalam Diya Binam Pashyetsa Kulu Harinama Hitakaraha. To consider that any demigods' names or demigods are equal or independent of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. That Sambandha Jnana, again, proper understanding. Not all gods are same, not all gurus are same, like that. Guru Ravagya, to consider guru an ordinary person and disobey his instructions. Shruti Shastra Nindanam, Shruti Shastra, to criticize the Vedas and any literature in pursuance of Vedic version, Smritis, writings of Acharyas, Vedangas, Darshanas. One should not criticize the knowledge of God and knowledge given by God. Then, Tatartavadaha, to give some mundane interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. And then Harinam Nikalpanam, to think that glories of holy name are imaginary or exaggeration. Namno baladhyasi papa buddhir na vidyatetas yamair hishuddhihi. That seventh offense. Is that seventh? Yes. That one should not commit sinful activities and the strength of the holy name, thinking that by chanting anywhere I contract offenses, so no problem doing some sin. No? Then dharma vrata tyaga kutari sarva shubha kriya samyam. To consider the holy name is one of the auspicious activities described in Vedas which will give me material benefit. So I do yagya, or you chant, or you do puja, or I give in charity, or you chant Hare Krishna. These are all same. These are all pious, good to do, very good. Chant Hare Krishna, good, very good. No harm. And using it for material benefit. Then Ashradadhani Vimukhe Pyashrīvati Yashopadesha Shivanama. So what is it? To instruct a faithless person, an atheist, a non-believer, into the secrets, details, confidential conclusions of the holy name in Radha Krishna pastimes. It should not be revealed to people who have no faith because they'll just criticize. And Shrutepi nama mahatmeya priti rahito naraha aham mamadi paramo namni sopya parada krit. 10th offenses: to not have complete faith in the chanting and still maintain material attachments even after hearing so many instructions on this man. Still, I know I should not do, but still, money important, education important, prestige important, big house important, big car important, latest phone important. Then you will not get result of the holy name. Apipramadaha, and all these 10 starting with one simple offense of being inattentive while chanting. When we chant, we chant. When we chant, we think of Krishna's name, we focus on the transcendental sound vibration, we don't think about business, we don't think about sense gratification, we don't think about house, we don't think about children, we don't think about job, we don't think about anything else than Krishna. Apipramadaha. So these are 10 offenses. Okay. So shloka is here. This is called Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. As soon as one is liberated from blazing fire of material existence, he can relish the taste of transcendental life. So we avoid these 10 offenses consciously. We avoid them. We are chanting a Nama Vas stage. Stage when we still don't have love of God invoked, but we are not committing consciously offenses. Maybe we commit some offenses here and there, but it's not consciously done. So this Nama Vas itself is way to moksha, is way to free us from material world. And it will gradually lead us. The more we chant, we'll come to the platform of pure love of God. Conclusion. The conclusion is that in order to get free from material disease, one must take to the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The Krishna consciousness movement is specially meant for creating atmosphere in which people can take to chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this movement is meant for this, to explain people why they are suffering in material world, what is the goal of life, what happens in time of death, how to stop repeated birth and death, how to stop all the miseries, all the problems of life by stopping repeated birth and death, by going home back to Godhead, by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and following the principles of spiritual life. So now Srila Prabhupada explains the 9 stages of the progress in spiritual life. As we chant Hare Krishna, we go through the 9 stages. Beginning, anybody comes to temple and start inquiring, is called Shraddhavan. It comes on the platform of Shraddha. One must begin with faith. And when this faith is increased by chanting, person becomes member of society. Then, once we start mingle with devotees, satsanga, we are sending Sankirtan parties all over the world. Mahamantra attracts thousands of men to our camp. People become to imitate devotees. Imitation of good thing is desired, so they want to become like devotees. Then, some imitators gradually become interested in being initiated by spiritual master and offer themselves for initiation. So satsanga will lead us to accepting of Guru. Then bhajana kriya. Then one is sincere, he is initiated, and this stage is called bhajana kriya. One then actually engages in service of the Lord by regular chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 60 rounds daily, refraining from illicit sex, intoxicants, meeting, gambling. By bhajana kriya, one attains freedom from contamination of materialistic life. Now this chanting and service under guidance of Guru lead us to the platform that we lose taste for material life. We purify our desires. We start desiring more devotees, more association with devotees, more service than actually going for material, temporary pleasures. Example, no longer goes to restaurants or hotels to taste meat, onions, or to smoke and drink. So you can see immediately, if people start chanting Hare Krishna, within 1 or 2 months, even without us telling us, people just stop meat eating, stop smoking, stop drinking, automatically. One gentleman came, just last Sunday, and he said, very good. I said, nice you came to temple. Oh, I feel very good temple. He looks very nice gentleman, dressed very nicely, big expensive car. So I said, you just come, regularly you get benefit. Already I get benefit, I stopped drinking. I said, you were drinking before? Oh, I'm drinking, very much. Oh, I'm drinking. I couldn't believe. He looks such a nice gentleman, you know. You see, in 1 week, he stopped drinking. See what a benefit. And nobody told him. People think, no, how can I go to temple, I'm drinking, I'm smoking. But that's why you have to come to temple to get purified. Correct? You have stomach problem and you go to doctor. And doctor say, take this pill. How can I take pill? I have stomach problem. But you fool, you must take the pill to get cured. First you come to temple, then you will be free from this meat eating, smoking and nonsense. But people, no, I'll not go to temple. We are very strict. If I eat meat, I'll not go to temple. Wow, such a great sadhu you are. Nonsense fellow, you know it's wrong. You know it is wrong to eat meat. Why you are not coming to temple? Because it's wrong to eat meat. But we say, you fool, you come. Even if you're eating meat, come. We'll give you Krishna Prasadam here, which is more tasted than all your dead bodies you're eating. And you will overcome this lower taste of eating meat. And automatically you will get purified. And nobody blames you for that. It's ignorance, simply ignorance. You did not know. So once you come, progress is there. So Prabhupada said, once you start chanting, no longer interest in hotel eating, no in meat, onion, smoke, drinking, nothing. Not only refrains from illicit sex, but avoid sex lives altogether. Nor is he interested in wasting his time speculating or gambling. So this stage is called anartha nivritti. It is to be understood that one is becoming cleansed of unwanted things, anartha. Artha means something good for us, anartha, something unwanted, not necessary, not needed. What is not needed to us we are holding in the heart. Petty attachment for some mundane things which are harming us, mostly giving us anxiety, tension and suffering. Why to hold it? The word anartha refers to unwanted things. Anarthas are vanished when one becomes attached to Krishna consciousness movement. Then we come to the platform of nishtha. When a person is relieved from unwanted things, he becomes fixed in executing his Krishna service. Then we become steady. Not that 1 month he is coming, then 2 months he is not coming to temple, then after 6 months again he is coming, then again after 6 months he is not coming. Not like that. Nishtha means steadiness, regular chanting, never miss chanting, never miss the lecture, never miss the program, trying his best to serve, not to waste his time like that. Then after that comes the stage of ruchi, asakti and bhav. Indeed, he has become attached to such activities. Ruchi means attachment, taste for service. Asakti means taste for Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes. Bhav means the beginning of love of God. So, he becomes attached to such activities, experience ecstasy in executing devotional service. This is called bhav, preliminary awakening of dormant love of God. And final stage is prema. Okay, point. Thus, the conditioned soul becomes free from material existence and loses interest in bodily conception of life, including material opulence, material knowledge, material attraction of all variety. You heard that one? When soul becomes free from material existence, means loses interest. Interest in what? Bodily concept of life. Stop thinking, I belong to this community, I am fat, I am beautiful, I am this, I am that. No. Including stop hankering after material opulence, stop hankering after material knowledge, stop hankering after material attraction of all variety. At such time, one can understand who the Supreme Personality of Godhead is and what his Maya is. So this is essential. At this moment, one can understand who is God, who am I, what is this material world, what is binding me, what is delivering me. Then he knows how to act. What is what? How to act, not to implicate oneself in sin. Conclusion. Although Maya may be present, it cannot disturb devotee once he attains the bhava stage. This is because devotee can see the real position of Maya. Definition is given. Maya means forgetfulness of Krishna, and forgetfulness of Krishna and Krishna consciousness stand side by side like a light and a shadow. Again it's quoted, Krishna Surya Sam, Maya Hai Andakar, Yahan Krishna Tahan Nahi Maya Adhikar. Krishna is compared to sunshine, Maya is compared to darkness. Whenever there is sunshine, there cannot be darkness. As soon as one takes to Krishna consciousness, the darkness of illusion, the influence of external energy will immediately vanish. So this is a very nice example. As soon as sun is come out, no more darkness. When sun rises, you can see yourself, you can see the sun. When one is Krishna conscious, you can see the soul, you can see other souls, he can see the God. Without elevating to Krishna consciousness, one cannot see reality. You are seeing wrongly. You are thinking, I'm this body, I'm a male, I'm a female, I'm spirit soul. You think I'm black, I'm white. You are wrong. You are spirit soul. You are Indian, I'm American. I'm not American, you are not Indian. The body is from India. But soul is from Vaikuntha. Soul belongs to God. If I drive Maruti car, that means I'm Maruti. Who are you? I'm Maruti. But you are driving Maruti car, you are not Maruti. Why you say you are Indian? You are driving Indian body. You are driving Indian car. Yantra Rudrani Maya. Body is a yantra, is not the self. The driver is the self. Atma leaves the body, what will body do on its own? Body is dead without soul. So this basic illusion is removed. Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Sarasvatī Thakur's Anuvṛtti commentary, he quotes Padma Purana Svarga Kanda. It is confirmed that the principal effect of the holy name will not be immediately experienced when taken by those who are materially engrossed. So we have to take time. It's not immediately 2 minutes and result will come, unless you are super surrendered soul. So here, O Brahmana, if the Lord's holy name cast among the atheists who are lustful towards the body, material possession and family members, it will not quickly produce the fruit of love for him. So it will take a little time. Okay, there is no separate comments Prabhupada included here. Now, Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur Pīyūṣa-varṣiṇī-vṛtti, Pīyūṣa-varṣiṇī. In the third verse of Upadesa-prakasika, qualities and activities that nourishes bhakti were given. Utsaha nishchaya direct. In addition to those qualities and activities, this verse describes the procedure for the qualification of chanting Krishna's name and so forth with Sambandha Jnana. Yeah, for the cultivation of chanting Krishna Nama and so forth with Sambandha Jnana. Each and every jiva, like a minute conscious particle, within a ray of the complete conscious Krishna Sun, is by nature eternal servants of Sri Krishna. When jiva forgets this fact, he is seized by disease of ignorance. So you see, these are essential truths. We are meant to be with God. We are meant to be eternally in spiritual with God, enjoying pastimes. Eko Devo Nitya Lila Anurakto. Bhagavan is what is doing Bhagavan in spiritual world? Enjoying with his devotees. We're supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be from, you are from where? From Salem. You are from Vaikuntha, not from Salem. Now this lifetime you got stuck in Salem. Next life maybe America. Next life maybe Australia. Next life maybe Swargaloka. Maybe up somewhere else, I'll not say. But we belong to spiritual world. This is the idea. By taking good association and by resultant mercy received from the sadhu, guru and Vaishnava, we become capable of remembering Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes, and he gradually obtains realization of his eternal self. So by mercy of Guru, Krishna and sadhus, we can actually get Shakti, get mercy to remember the Krishna through his holy name, pastimes, qualities like this. As realization of his eternal nature gradually expands, his taste for devotional activities like chanting Krishna's name increases accordingly. So sugar cane is given and join this example. Therefore, with enthusiasm from faith and patience, one should always continue to hear and chant Krishna's names, form, qualities and pastimes. So that example is given in the shloka itself for that purpose. That as one has joined this, simply by taking a little bit of sugar candy daily, he will be cured and he will relish again sweetness of sugar candy. Although at the beginning, in disease condition, it tastes bitter. So it's here, just we'll go to Sri Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswāmi's Upadesa-prakasika Tika. He says like this: when sadhakas are still affected by the obstacles that impede progress in devotional life, anarthas, their minds are restless and disturbed. And this is the case with us. When we start chanting, you're chanting, and child gets sick. Your daughter gets sick. Run to the hospital, get a fever, you forget Krishna, you forget chanting, you forget going to temple, no? Of course, we should take care of the daughter, not that we leave daughter suffering there on the fever. But we should not forget Krishna. We should not forget chanting. We should not forget ourselves. We should not get so much anxiety and then we completely forget everything, You see, Krishna asks Arjuna, Yudyasa, ma manusmara yudyacha, think of me and fight, which is very difficult. But it's possible. It's possible when we practice. Then in daily life, we cook, we serve, we do the job, we go to the job, we come back home. But all the time we have to learn how to remember Krishna in all these activities. So now our minds are disturbed, our minds are restless and difficult to focus. For this reason, it is not easy for them to develop taste for Bhagavan's name and so forth. Still, they should not relent even a little in their determination to continue performing Nama Bhajan. Even in mind is disturbed. Even we have obstacles and difficulty to remember Krishna. Even if we find ourselves, I'm so materialistic, I'm full of material desires, I'm not fit to be initiated, I'm not doing proper. Still, we should continue chanting the Krishna's name. Because by continuously chanting Krishna's name, one's consciousness will be pure. And once we are free from material desires, what a relief! Shantim madhigacchati. What a peace of life. What a freedom. Just like you come out of the jail. It's completely different experience altogether. We're all starving for it. We want to come to that platform. It's a very high platform, this platform of Brahman. Na shochati na kaṅkṣati samasarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labhate param. This is the moment when no more hankering, no more lamenting, no more crying, no more frustration, no more disappointments, no more hate, no more suffering, simply no more suffering. So we have to have faith that simply by chanting we'll come to that platform. Being indifferent to Krishna since beginningless time, it's called avidya. Because millions of lifetimes we are in material world, forgetful of Krishna. In this verse, such avidya is compared to disease of jaundice. By regularly taking sugar candy, one's jaundice is gradually mitigated, and the candy also begins to become tasteful to him. Similarly, by daily cultivating in a regulated manner the limbs of bhakti, headed by performing kirtan of Sri Krishna's name and hearing narrations of his pastimes, sadhakas and arthas, beginning with tendencies to commit offenses, are eradicted, and natural love for Sri Nama and Harikatha awakens with him. So same point is emphasized that simply by continuing chanting everything will be fine. Just want to read a few more quotes from Prabhupada, very interesting thing. There is a story of a foolish man who had no experience with sugar cane. When he asked his friend about characteristics of sugar cane, he was imperfectly informed that sugar cane can resemble the shape of bamboo stick. And it's true, it looks a little bit like bamboo stick. So this fellow, what he did? He took bamboo sticks and pushed into a machine trying to get juice from it. Correct? Consequently, he began trying to extract juice from bamboo sticks, but naturally he was baffled in his attempts. Don't laugh. This is the situation with the illusion living entity, who instead of searching for eternal happiness, try to extract happiness from this material world, which is not only full of miseries, but is also transient and flickering. It's temporary. Everything has beginning and end. Every single thing has beginning and end. And this is the problem. Soul is eternal, and you get happiness with beginning and end. Comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. Aishwarya Rai, most beautiful lady in India, so they say. How long she'll be beautiful? 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. After 60 years, she'll be most beautiful grandmother in India. Correct? Material beauty is temporary. Money is temporary. Position is temporary. Body is temporary. Life is temporary. Life means this lifetime. You change the body. You change the body. You change the body. Whatever you are, you're kicked out from this body. You're going to die. This is the problem. So here we are trying to be happy by trying to extract juice from bamboo. But what we are looking for is nectar of Krishna's name, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's qualities. This is where happiness is. And this example of sugar from sugarcane juice is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita in detail. So I'll just give a hint for those who are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, they should remember. Sadhana bhakti haite hai rati raudai, rati garda hailatar prema namakai. By regularly rendering devotional service, sadhana bhakti, one gradually becomes attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When that attachment is intensified, it becomes love of God. Okay, so this is basic thing, sadhana bhakti. We follow principles, rise in the morning, chant the holy name, we follow 4 principles, we engage in hearing and chanting Bhagavatam, Gita, like that. And then slowly, that process will lead us to the love of God, which is the goal of all spiritual realization. Okay. Now, the basic act of prema, love of God, when gradually increasing to different states, are affection, abhorrence, love, attachment, further attachment, ecstasy and great ecstasy. Now here in Chaitanya Charitamrita we will learn love of God has many more stages. More stages means depths of it. Sneha, mana, pranaya, raga, anuraga, bhava, mahabhava. These are the stages. And these are compared. The gradual development of prema may be compared to different stages of sugar. First there is a seed of the sugarcane, then the juice. When juice is boiled, forms liquid molasses, then solid molasses, then sugar, candy, rock candy, and finally lozenges. So these are the stages we could see here. This is area called Karumbale, sugarcane fields. When we came, there was still that sugarcane factory was operating, and we would come regularly when they have this hot molasses boiling, hot thick juice. We'd collect some, and it's an amazing thing, no? But these stages are compared to different stages of love of God. Now, sugarcane juice is sweet, but when you condense it, more sweet. More you condense, more sweet. Then you come to refine it, more sweet. Then come the essence, that sugar candy at the end, now, like that. All these stages combined are called sthayi bhav, or continuous love of Godhead in devotion service. In addition to these stages, there are vibhav, anubhav, and there are so many more details of love of God that we can learn from the Shastras. So you see, this is for those who read Chaitanya Charitamrita, they can, as soon as you remember sugar candy, you remember the shlokas. I just put it to humble reminder for all. Now, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, for us to absorb in Krishna name form, we are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is how Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami describes. O my merciful Lord Chaitanya, may the nectarian Ganges water of your transcendental activities flow on the surface of my desert-like tongue. Beautifying these waters are the lotus flowers of singing, dancing, and loud chanting of Krishna's holy name, which are the pleasures abodes of unalloyed devotees. These devotees are compared to swans, ducks, and bees. The rivers flowing produce melodious sound that gladdens their ears. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says that we can also think and chant of pastime of Lord Chaitanya, because they are very sweet, they are most merciful avatar. He came and brought the holy name of the Lord, and his pastimes are so attractive, so accessible, and his lila is still going on, spreading the holy name all over the world. So this is what Srila Prabhupada says. Lord Chaitanya's movement of Krishna consciousness is full of dancing and singing about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. It is compared here to the pure waters of Ganges, which are full of lotus flowers. The enjoyers of these lotus flowers are pure devotees who are like bees and the swans, because devotees they relish chanting and dancing and singing, glorifying the Lord. They chant like the flowing of the Ganges, the river of the celestial kingdom. The author desires such sweetly flavoring waves to cover his tongue. He humbly compares himself to a materialistic person who always engage in dry talk from which they derive no satisfaction. If they were to use their dry tongues to chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. As exemplified by Lord Chaitanya, they would taste sweet nectar and enjoy life. You want to be happy in life? You worship Krishna by chanting Krishna's name. That is the message. Thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Śrīla Rupa Goswāmī ki jai. Śrī Upadesa-prakasika ki jai. Hare Krishna.